Seven o'clock, time to rock. Here I'm is, ready to break on through with your host, Jeffrey K. Clayton, the long-haired weirdo, unimpeachable president for life. Here with you another week. I know you're probably thinking, damn, he's looking like he ain't got nothing to talk about. Yeah, I got plenty to talk about. So, never mind the fact that I'm just back from a almost week-long vacation at the world-famous Redneck Riviera, what's known as Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I know some people make fun of that. Oh, you go to Myrtle Beach. Oh, yeah, but me and the wife, we love Myrtle Beach. And this is our second year in a row. And we've never really went on vacations that much. And but not only was it wonderful because we loved it, but that little old fella, Coleman boy, he had a ball. The energy that kid has, man. But we had a great time. Sorry about the decor in here today. I didn't have much time to really clean everything up. So you get to see a lot of my ingoing and outgoing mail. And by the way, all of you that have ordered from the Big Cartel or ordered last week, when you ordered the Dallas Tetanus LP. Let me put it over here. Cover up some of it. These will be going out this week. Man, I'm telling you, when I got back, work has been a bear. Been wearing out the old working class hooligan. There, that's better to look at, don't you think? I got it fixed. All right. Pretty soon, you know what's going to be being propped up there? Falls Count Anywhere, all 100% wrestling songs, all brand new recordings from the Ultra lineup, one of the finest, the finest lineup that this band, this 41-year-old juggernaut, has ever had. And you are going to be so happy when you get the LP. But if you can't wait and you want to get the CD, now we still got some available. So go to the Big Cartel Store and get you one, get you two, get you three, get you four, get you five, get you more. I've got them. I'll send them out. I know some of you going, well, damn, Jack, I ordered something a week ago. I ain't got nothing. Well, because I've been on vacation. And last night I was too tired, and tonight I'm too tired to do it. But tomorrow's looking like going to be mailroom night here in the Break On Through Studios, so never fear. Man, speaking of some mail, I got some mail at the P.O. box, and I'm going to tell you, when I open something, I would, I used to be, when I was more in the collector mode, man, I'd open that stuff up with an X-Acto knife. Pull the box open very gently. You know, snap all the little things. Well, that ain't me anymore. I'm not that guy. I got this brand new from Super 7. Godzilla -1 figure. I ordered it right after seeing the film, declaring it the greatest Godzilla movie ever made. And I still stand by that. And look at that, man. Got like 965 points of articulation. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but they did it. I'm going to change heads on it here soon. I want to put this head on. A more vocal Godzilla. Not a more laid back Godzilla like this one. But anyway, if your average toy collector was with me, when I open these things, man, they would just faint. Look what's left of the box. No, I just ripped it to pieces. I was just like, you know what? I ain't got time for all this flaps and. Yeah, I'm not the collector guy anymore. Alan just asked me, do I have a Godzilla figure from every movie? At one time, I'm very, very sure that I did. I don't anymore. I've sold some. I've given a ton to my my grandson, who has just now developed a love for Ultraman and Ultra 7 and all things Ultra. Next, I want to get him hooked on Kamen Rider. Walt Wheat is making one of a kind actually 10 pair of a kind Antiseen customized tennis shoes with his leather work all over them. Man, I've already seen some of the prelim stuff. Man, you guys that are buying these, you are going to be quite pleased, I do believe. There's Chino with us. Yeah, I agree with that, Walt. Anyway, Walt was going to make 10 pair. Now, these things are steep now. I ain't lying to you. The price on them is steep, but if you see the work Walt puts into this stuff, man, when he does something using his craft, like the knives that we did last year, and now these tennis shoes, man, it's just simply amazing when you hold it in your hand. Even the pictures did not do it justice. But he was going to do 10 pair. 10 pairs what he's doing. That's his limit. Well, he has 3 spots open, and he would like to get those spots filled before they go into production, because I think once it rolls around in November and he starts going hard and heavy on these things, I think he's just going to cut it off, and it'll only end up being 7 pairs. So if you want one of those 3 pair that are left open, get in touch with him. ASAP. And that means as soon as possible, not when you one day get around to it because you just remember. It means as soon as possible, like within the next week. Let him know. And you can't go, well, I'll tell Walt at one of the shows I want. No, you can't do that because the shows are October 30th in Shreveport, Louisiana at Bears. October 30th, Halloween night. Halloween night, it's all going to be all right at Sagebrush in Austin, Texas. November 1st at the Amp Room in good old San Antonio, Texas. I'm talking about San Antone. And man, we're going to end that little trek on Saturday night in Lafayette, Louisiana. And doing the whole run with us is Josephus and the George Jonestown Massacre, with guests appearing at each show. On Austin, you got Sabbath Crow. In San Antone, our long-time tag team partners, Rancid Vat, will be opening the entire show, and the show's starting early. Because you know old JC ain't going on at no 3 o'clock in the morning. You can give that up. At 3 o'clock in the morning, we will be a long, distant memory of having been at that club. And if you just happen to not be anywhere near where the Halloween hayride is going to be running, then you got a chance to see us back on our home turf. December 7th at the Milestone Club on beautiful Tuckasegee Road in Charlotte, North Carolina, with special guest Dallas Tetanus. And from Mobile, Alabama's favorite sons and daughter, Future Hate. Now that's one we're traveling for now. Y'all, you people that come see us from all over. I'm talking about Herbert. I'm talking about the Clintons. I'm talking about Amy up there in New Jersey. Talking about Christian over there in Belgium town. I'm talking about the Germans, and that might be one to come to right there now. Way to end out the year to celebrate Christmas. Paul says he wanted to remember the name of the club by 3:30. I don't even remember the name of the city at 3:30 a.m. I want to tell you something that I was very happy about. This vacation that me and the First Lady just took. It was me and the First Lady for the first part of it, and then the kids joined us right there at the end. I'm very proud of the fact that last year and this year we never once turned on the TV. Not one time. Well, it's time for a top 10. I got this top 10 from my good pal, Callie Hellstrom. He gave me 3 or 4 in one email, one messenger post. And I encourage you all to do that. We'll talk, and even if it's not top 10s, just say, Dad, wait, I want to hear you talk about this, and this. And I will talk about whatever you want to hear me talk about. It's hard for me to just pick up and figure out what people want to know about. And I'm just sitting here talking basically by myself, trying to keep it entertaining. But I think this will be entertaining because you'll it will finally be cemented in the fact that you'll be going, damn, old Jay-Z don't like nothing new at all. I like this new Godzilla. I like Godzilla -1. But, yeah, last week I did a top 10 of horror movie sequels. I don't think it was horror movie sequels. It was just movie sequels. Where or was it horror? I don't remember, man. I don't listen to Break On Through after I've done it. I do sometime to study my pacing so I won't do a bunch of those pauses. But this one is horror movie franchises. And I've got some opinions. And I don't know. I think you may agree with some. I think some of y'all might go, that old man is crazy. I did this one kind of fast, and I don't even know if some of these I would even consider my favorites, but they're ones I like to talk about. And I've got to make some issues here. I got to discuss some issues here. I had at number 4 the Silence of the Lambs, franchise trilogy with it. But man, I don't consider that a horror movie. Do y'all consider that a horror movie? I just consider that kind of like a crime thing. Yeah, it's a horrifying subject, but Jaws. Do you consider Jaws a horror movie? I don't. Adventure film, thriller. Thrillers are not chillers. But, yeah, I went ahead and bumped the Silence of the Lamb trilogy, which I really do love those movies, especially the first one. But, here we go. Horror movie franchises, and I got something to say about them all. Number 10, Friday the 13th. Here's my assessment of that whole franchise. The first one was aight. The second one was good. The third one was a notch above aight. The fourth one was good. I hated the fifth one. I think I liked the sixth one. But when you started taking Jason to New York, I was done. I'm done with these. I lose interest in something and stuff real quick, like series and stuff. Like, when did most of y'all drop Walking Dead? All right, Clinton. So I did see Freddy vs. Jason, and I did like that. All right, so yeah, I guess my claim was a little premature there. But number 9, man, I really like the franchise of Subspecies. Subspecies. One of those full moon. The first one was especially good. But I like the other. I like some of the sequels. I don't even know when I stopped. I don't know that I'll watch them again. Matter of fact, Amy Lynn Myers purchased all the ones I had on Blu-ray from me because I'm just like, man, I haven't watched these in 5 years. I don't think I'll be watching them in 5 more. I know some of y'all are disappointed. Damn, yeah, Clayton, you used to be a horror fan. I still like the stuff I like, man, but I tried to watch something new recently, and I made it 15 minutes, and I was just like, man, I can't do it. And I don't know if it's just that modern pacing, the way things look, the way effects are done. I don't know what it is, but man, to quote some of the greatest philosophers in humankind, Hall & Oates. I can't go for that. No can do. Number 8, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 1, pure 100% full tilt boogie classique. Second one, garbage. Third one, good. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 13th, 12th, redo, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It all became a blur. I didn't even watch that reboot of it. I'm just like, oh, so you feel that Robert Englund's character, like him playing that, needed to be redone and could be done better. Well, you failed. I just looked at it and I saw a picture. It's like, yeah, I don't need to go there. And I didn't. And I'm glad that was 1.5 hours of my life that I did not waste and flush down the toilet. Number 7, Halloween. Number 1, pure tea classique. Number 2, equally as good, in my opinion, classique. Number 3, man, when I was in the theater watching it, I was just like, what is going on here? Because I didn't know what was going on. And man, the other Michael Myers, all the way until I don't know any of them. I can't even talk about them because once that black silhouette cowboy blew one of the walls out of the prison. Now normally that sounds really cool. That'd be like something I'd love, but not when it just comes out of nowhere. And I'm just going, what the heck is going on here now? I was done. Until I did see Rob Zombie's first one. And I thought it was alright. Especially the early stuff. The early part of the movie. You know, when Michael was a kid and all this kind of stuff. I like that. I thought that was good. But part 2 didn't make it 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And if you can't grab me in the first 15 minutes some way, somehow, you've lost me. Damn, OJC's walking up the aisle. Well, I didn't even go to the movies to see this one. I just watched it when it came on DVD or streamed or something. I don't know. I was in the house watching it. But I do like those last couple. Those last few, maybe not the second of the 3 as much, but I did love the first one. And man, I don't even know. See, I didn't even own these. I just went and saw them at the theater. I think I may have seen them. The first one, I think I watched again when it streamed somewhere. But I like the way they ended it. Of the 3, you know, with Jamie Lee Curtis. I guess I'm just a Jamie Lee Curtis fan. Especially in those movies. But, yeah, I liked them. Okay. Number 6. Phantasm. I love everything about that first movie. I saw it in the theater when it came out. And I'm talking, man, blowing minds. I think I watched the sequels all the way up to number 4. I only saw them once. I don't remember hardly anything about them. It just started getting just ridiculous. Some people said that one of those later sequels were real good, but That's the same people that told me Terrifier was great. So I'm going to have to go with a gigantic no on all that. First one, pure tea, 100% solid gold, long-haired weirdo, Academy Award winner, all the way, full tilt boogie. The rest of them, number 5, the Tejas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 1, FTB Full Tilt Boogie. 100% pure tea, solid gold. Number 2, very, very, very enjoyable. And I know you're going to say, damn, Jeff Clayton, they did the same thing with Chainsaw 2 that they did with Evil Dead 2 and turned it into a comedy, but you didn't like that. But, well, I can't help it. They didn't go as nuts with it. Now, the Chainsaw reboots, man, I saw a couple of them. I remember thinking some of them were good. I remember thinking some of them were terrible. Some of them I didn't even bother to go see because Clintonzilla, I ain't gonna watch no Human Centipede. Come on now. But I don't know, man. As I get up toward the top of my list, you're going to see where old JC's brain is. I mean, y'all know already. It's not like I'm making this big reveal that you guys are just like, I think you're just watching just to hear me complain about stuff. But number 4, Hellraiser. 1 and 2, equally as good as one as the other, in my opinion. And this is all my opinion. Now, Callie, you say 1 through 3 are gold, man. Listen, I tried to watch Leatherface several times. And I wanted to like it. I really did. But, man, like, there's hardly anything in that movie that I remember. I remember it had Ken Foray in it, which I thought was really cool because I like him. And I just remember the little girl with some little weird-looking doll, and she goes, yakety yak, don't talk back. That's the only thing I remember about it. That couldn't have been a good movie. Not in my opinion. Didn't tickle my brain. Hellraiser. 1 and 2. I think I watched number 3 and was like, okay, I'm out. I never saw another one. No, that was number 4. Never mind, sorry. Hellraiser, number 4. Anthony, he says that Hellraiser 1 was one of his favorites, and he saw it in the theater, most original film he'd seen to date, because, you know, that's when Clive Barker was making his name in movies, and then some of his ideas and stuff just got kind of dumb. But yeah, Hellraiser was great. Just, in my opinion, just like A Nightmare on Elm Street. I guess I'm not just a... I guess I can't consider myself a diehard horror movie fan anymore, but I just like good films. That's what me and my friend Jeff Williams were talking about last week. It's just like, I used to consider myself a horror movie fan, but now I just like good movies. And that is good in my opinion. I don't think because you like something I don't like that that, you know, it's not a valid thing. I'm just talking about my opinion. This is my opinion and how I will spend my time. If you want to go, man, we're going to watch Hellraiser 4, 5, and 6. I'm not wasting my time doing that. If you go, we're going to watch Hellraiser 1 and 2, I'm just like, well, man, you got me here for 3 hours in. There's how that goes. Number 3. The Night of the Living Dead franchise. Now here's, man, I love the original Night of the Living Dead. I love Dawn of the Dead. I love Day of the Dead. I love the Night of the Living Dead remake. I even like the Dawn of the Dead remake. That's the only what, 5? I watched a couple of those others, man, and you know especially the one, I don't even remember what it was called, man. The one where they ended up in the big skyscraper. They kept the dead in like a thing across the river. They crossed the river. What was that one called? I did like 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. I did like those. But as far as these Living Dead movies, and man, I liked Asia Argento too, but she couldn't save that movie. I was just like, man, this is dumb. Land of the Dead, that's it, Callie. I didn't like it. And I watched the other one that was kind of like the, like they're filming it the whole time, and I'm just like, man, there were like a couple good scenes in it, and that's all I could say. I didn't care for it. Diarrhea of the Dead, that must have been what that one was. Woo! Yes, sir. Number 2 franchise, horror movies franchise. The Hills Have Eyes. 1 and 2 of the originals. 70s, 80s. Remakes, keep them. Yeah, Wesley, that Nightbreed, I was thinking I did like Nightbreed, but it got kind of goofy too, man. I don't know. But yeah, I never watched. I didn't know. I don't even know that it did. But back to the Hills Have Eyes. Hills Have Eyes 1, 1978, 77, 78. That was also when you went and seen that was a movie that kind of took. And is it horror? Maybe not. Horrifying situation. Maybe it was also a thriller, but it's too late. I got it in my list now. What's y'all's opinion on that? Now, you know my good friend Janice Blythe was in both of those. And as far as part 2 goes, you know, back then you only had the horror magazines kind of giving you previews of what was to be, and they didn't spend too much time on pushing Hills Have Eyes 2, but they did say Ruby comes back and meets her brother, you know, Pluto. And in my opinion, man, Janice Blythe and Michael Berryman are the only 2 things that saved that whole film. The only thing. It was a great visual, but even the new character they brought in, the Reaper, he looked ridiculous. He acted ridiculous. I think I went and saw one of the remakes, and I was just like, and this is before I even met, or you know, got to know Janice. And their version of Ruby, I was just like, no, that ain't getting it. That ain't getting it, it ain't hitting it. So, I was out. My all-time favorite horror movie franchise is the Hammer Dracula. But not just the Hammer Dracula. I'm gonna use the whole Hammer umbrella. You can't do that. Yeah, I can. It's my top 10. And my first one encompasses a whole bunch of the whole Hammer thing, man. Dracula, and I like Horror of Dracula all the way to Seven Brothers and Their Sister versus Dracula. Yeah, it was called that. And Dracula AD 1972, y'all have heard me rant and rave about that now for 4 years. I love it. I love the Vampire Lovers franchise, sequel groups. I love Captain Kronos. I wish, but it wasn't a series. They just made one. The plan was to make a TV series of it, I think, but that never materialized. Too bad. Too bad it wasn't just a movie series. The Hammer Frankenstein. There was a big series of those. I love those. There was only one Hammer Werewolf. Now, why? One of the best werewolf movies ever made. But Hammer, Hammer Dracula, Christopher Lee. Even the ones Christopher Lee wasn't in, like Brides of Dracula. Top-notch, 100%. Grade A, full tilt boogie. Long-haired weirdo approved all the way. Can you dig it? Now I'm going to go ahead and give you some honorable mentions. I don't have these written down, but I'll tell you about them. Dr. Phibes. Man, any of the American International stuff from the 60s and 70s, you know, the Edgar Allan Poe movies, the ones that were based on EC comics, like what is it, Horror from Tomb, Tales from the Crypt, all that, you know, the stories. I know I guess they were franchises, but man, to see, that's where my head's at. That's where my love of horror began with Universal, and I still love all those, man. I'm not going to go into all that because I've done it a million times. Amicus, the Amicus movies, all right, Callie. Amicus, American International, Hammer. I just love all those, all of them. Now, Kelly gave me another top 10 idea, but I think I'm going to have a hard time pulling it off. I'll go ahead and talk about it right now, though. Otherwise, this show is going to end early. But it was like movies that are so bad they're good. Now, you know, that's really, really odd, because there are some movies that are so bad that I love them. And I don't know that the creators were trying to make it bad. Like, do you think Ed Wood was trying to make it bad, or did you think he was really trying to make, like, he thought he was, you know, making the Ten Commandments, and it didn't quite get there, but it's a bona fide classic. I love Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm glad they never made a sequel, or did they? And I just didn't see it. I wouldn't watch it on. But I mean, do you think Ed Wood was just like doing it the way he saw to do it? I don't think he was doing it on purpose either, Callie. I really don't. Now, John Waters, I think he was doing it on purpose. And I enjoy his early films, man. My favorite John Waters is Female Trouble. And you know what I mean? Like, how do I feel about The Omen and The Exorcist runs? Well, The Exorcist #1, bona fide classic. The Omen, how many of those were there? There were 3, right? unless they did new ones. I don't know about that, but those 3 Omen were pretty good. I liked all. I loved the first one. I loved the second and the third. I loved them all. But the Exorcist sequels, I remember the third one having some really disturbing moments, like when you're looking down the hall and you see somebody come running out the hall with one of those big saws getting ready to cut someone's head. That was pretty scary moment, but that's all I really remember about it. There were 4 Omens. I don't know if I saw the 4th one. And I know I didn't see no remake. But like, okay, here we go. Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park. That movie was so bad, it was bad. Man, the only thing that saved that movie was the Kiss concert parts. And I would not have been opposed as a Kiss fan to Rip and Destroy. I would have thought it was cool. I was like, dang, hope that's going to be on the next studio album. But, and all right, like stuff like The Grudge, and The Conjuring. Like, first ones, great. Second ones, I could have done without them. Because he Kiss Meets the Phantom now. See, look, Cal, you got to remember, I was watching that thing on network television when it debuted. What was it, 1978 or 9? It was before Dynasty. I mean, I was like so excited. And man, just the fact that you were seeing Kiss was exciting. But man, even I was looking at it back then going, man, this is kind of not good, but hey, it's Kiss. It's great. I remember my dad sitting on the couch and want to see that the arrangement in the Clayton living room in the 70s was Dad's on the couch, Mom's in her chair, Greg would usually be in a beanbag chair, or he might be at the end of the couch where Dad was, but I was usually on the floor, either laying on a pillow like this or sitting up with the pillow against the couch or something, because I needed to get, like, I needed to be right there. And I remember when we were watching Kiss Meets the Phantom, my dad was going, this is some stupid shit. And of course, man, I'm ready to fight. Man, you talking about Kiss there, Hoss? You know, but but man, I tried to watch it as an adult, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I got better things to do with my time. Like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, blow grass off the driveway, fill my bird feeders up. I got important stuff that sitting down watching that car wreck of a film just does not allow me to do. I'm not going to do that. Todd asked me, how about the Changeling? Man, I never saw the Changeling. There's probably a ton of movies that there was a part 2 of, but I just watched the first one and I was satisfied with it. I never needed to see a part 2. The Greasy Strangler. What the heck is that? You got to tell me something. You can't just tell me watch it. You may be luring me into something you know I'll get on here and yell at you about for making me watch it. I ain't watching no Greasy Strangler. Blackula film franchise. Pam Grier film franchise. I can watch Pam Grier movies over and over, which I've done. I got them all queued up in all my streaming platforms, Pluto, Tubi, and I also own them all too. Erica says it's like John Waters and H.G. Lewis made a film together. Yeah, Todd, I think I remember that movie, but I never did see it. Man, I'll say, I used to go see any and everything that came to the movies. Man, that's like a thing that started. Shoot, I don't know, man. Probably when I was a teenager, man. You know, most young people would get their paycheck, and want to go out, party and stuff like that. I couldn't wait to get to the theater. Man, I'll never forget getting off work on Sunday. I got paid on Sundays too, and you could cash your paycheck out at the store. So man, I got me what, $65 in my pocket. I am ready to rule planet Earth. Went and filled my car up with what? I don't know, $6 a gas. And then went to the theater to see American Werewolf in London. We had a double theater, man. We were high tech in Albemarle, North Carolina now. 2 screens. 2 big screens. I watched Sunday. I had nothing to do. So I'd get off work, go see American Werewolf in London, stay and watch it again. For free. Oh, yeah. All right, now, Callie, now you bring up a good point. The Herschel Gordon Lewis films, so bad they're good. Were they meant to be bad? Were they meant to be good? Who knows? Mark and Amy, what do you mean one of your favorites and such a great movie? The Greasy Strangler? Clinton's the only movie thinking about that Greasy Strangler tonight when I'm trying to go to bed. I may yell at you anyway, even if I don't see it. But, American Werewolf, yeah. Oh, Callie, now I think me and Eddie Ford did a best werewolf movies one time, but you know what? That might be worth revisiting because I forgot what I said. I know what I would say now, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to save that. When it gets closer to Halloween, I'm going to do a best werewolf movie. You know what? I'll do a best werewolf, zombie, vampire. Have I ever done my favorite martial arts movies? I love me some martial arts movies now. Well, dang y'all. I guess I'm going to go ahead and turn it on in because I got to be working class hero again tomorrow. All right. Top 10 biker flick. Good one, Mark. Redneck Cinema. There you go, Adam. Well, see, now y'all coming up with some ideas now. I'm going to write all these down. I know you're all going, yeah, sure you will. I will. Yes, sir. I will. Redneck cinnamon. The farmer's daughter count as redneck cinnamon? Top 10 Kung Fu weapons. Oh boy, I know what number 1 is already. Woo! But dang, y'all, thanks for coming and hanging out with me Tuesday night. I think I'm going to go and sit with the First Lady a little bit. Unwind and go back. Then I'm going to go back, Jack, do it again. You know, I know y'all know this because I've mentioned it time and time again. Sometimes I feel a little odd talking about, you know, these kind of things and making a big deal about break on through with the world in the shape it's in, but I do try to just be a escape from all that because I know we all have our opinions. I know we all have our places where we get our information. And I know it's real easy to get into an argument over the condition of the country, where it's going. And unfortunately, some people lose friends over it. Now, I have lost some friends over all this stuff. I don't think so much I was the one that said, okay, I'm done, but, you know, I've had it done to me. And I don't know. I guess sometimes I feel like I need to comment, but at other times I'm just like, you know what, if I do start commenting, maybe a bunch of y'all will just tune out. So, needless to say, well, no, I guess needful to say, I'm not going to turn Break On Through into a political forum. I may let my love of the Lord slip in there a little bit, but that's just this is who I am these days. But I enjoy all of y'all coming by and talking with me, sharing the Break On Through, and all of y'all that have to watch on the replay, man, I appreciate you. You know, the views go up, 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 and up, up, up throughout the week, and I appreciate it. I know some people may have to wait till the weekend to watch, and that's wonderful. Well, thank you, Walt. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody that's commented and I didn't see it. I'll go back and look later. I'm just understanding that if you meaning I, when I say you, comment or like or whatever on the post that people do during these broadcasts, that it will that it increases viewership. So I've been trying to do that, but it's hard for me to do it while I'm on the air live because you see how distracted I get sometimes. When I have gone back to kind of zoom through and watch and see how, you know, maybe I'd like to set the camera up different or have the background look a little different or whatever. I sometimes I know I start to say something and it was going to be a good statement and then I just lose it. I've done that a few times on here. Few times, you did it a few times tonight, son. Okay, well, anyway. But y'all take care. Have a great week. Have an even better weekend. And I will see you right back here on Tuesday on Break On Through. Now, don't forget now, we got 3 spots left for those raw wheat customized Antiseen tennis shoes. And don't forget also the pullover. I said pullover hoodie pre-sale ends on October 1st. So if you want one, get it before October 1st on Big Cartel Store. And my good friend Ryan Lloyd pointed out something to me tonight. He asked me, in Big Cartel Store, you got the option of small. But on your ads that you make, you did not include small. Good eye, Ryan. Yes, small is available. So if there's some of you out there that want a small, or you want to get one for your children or whatever, small is available in the pull-up hoodie. Okay? All right, then. Thanks a lot, everybody. And, you know, I love you. And I'll see you right here next week. Thank you.